And welcome to Adelfa Botello Callejo Elementary School. My name is Sandra Fernandez, and I'm the proud principal of the Callejo Cyclones. Thank you to everyone for joining us in celebrating the dedication of our beautiful building, Adelfa Botello Callejo Elementary School. I would like to acknowledge our board members present here today and all other elected officials. Will you please stand so that we may recognize you? I would also like to acknowledge Dr. Reyna, Chief of School Leadership, Dr. Hernandez Gutierrez, our Division 5 Assistant Superintendent, and Ms. Casas, our Executive Director. Thank you for being here today. A huge thank you as well to my Skyline feeder pattern colleagues. Please stand so that we may recognize you as well. We have Ms. Weaver from Lang, Mr. Heiss from the Ann Richards Middle School, Jonathan Smith from Truett, and Angie Torres from Urban Park. Thank you for being here. And a most gracious welcome to our honoree, Ms. Adelfa Botello Callejo, her family and friends. We are so delighted that you made it here with us, Ms. Callejo. Thank you. To the entire community, parents, and friends, we are grateful to have you join us in celebrating this momentous occasion. This ceremony allows our school and community to join together to honor a remarkable leader. It symbolizes much more than the dedication of a building. It represents the opportunity to recommit to the partnership of the school and community to provide the high-quality education each student deserves. We are very proud of our new school. We utilize every single square foot of it, from teacher-parent conferences, coffee with the principal, ESL classes, sporting events, and PTA nights. We have definitely taken full ownership of our building. We have had a wonderful year so far, and we plan to continue to plant the seeds of leadership, determination, and ambition in every student who walks these halls for years to come. We have an amazing program of speakers and entertainment this afternoon, and you'll soon hear more about Ms. Callejo's impressive accomplishments and her impact on the community. As we begin our ceremony, please stand for the presentation of the flags. We love our sister schools, and we are very grateful they are just a call away when we need each other. A big thank you to our Boy Scout Pack 757 of Urban Park Elementary School under the leadership of Gilbert Strickland for being here today. A big thank you to Ms. Torres, principal at Urban Park, for graciously volunteering the Boy Scouts for this event. Great job, boys. Through the decisions that make each day, today's speakers reflect an outstanding level of commitment to student learning and the positive growth of this community. First elected in 2009 to represent District 9 schools, Trustee Bernadette Nutall has been an outspoken advocate for quality schools for more than a decade. Her dedication to ensuring excellence in education for every student is evidenced by the time and personal resources she devotes to supporting families and youth in this community. It is my pleasure to present to you Trustee Nutall.
Good morning. Well, good afternoon. It is afternoon. It's 1:30. It feels like morning. I would like to acknowledge my colleagues, Trustee Mike Rawlings. Would you stand, please? He just walked in. Trustee Elizabeth Jones. And then a former trustee, Mr. Edwin Flores, who started this process. And then I would like to acknowledge Yvonne Durant. She's here. Thank you. She used to be our chief for academic services a couple years ago. We're here today to celebrate a gorgeous school, to honor a very special woman, to say thank you to the parents and the community members who said yes to this great investment for the future of our children. The Adelfa Callejo Elementary School is not only a modern, well-equipped, and well-staffed facility for learning, but it's also a place that honors a hero, Miss Adelfa, in our city, whose lives should stand as an inspiration to every student who attends this wonderful school. Her determination and courage helped her to become the first Hispanic woman to graduate from SMU Law School, and the first to practice law in Dallas. And she has been a courageous voice in our community, speaking out on issues that impact the lives of thousands across Dallas, Texas. Students, I hope you will show the same courage in standing up for what is right and being brave enough to show good character and make good grades regardless of peer pressure. Your parents and others in the community make a big investment in your future, and when they voted yes to this bond program that built this wonderful school in honor of Miss Adelfa. All we ask for you is in return that you take full advantage of every opportunity to learn, to grow, and become the best that you can be. Who knows but that one of you might become the great community leader like Miss Adelfa. Parents and community, please continue to support our schools and this school with your time, talents, and service to ensure that these students have every opportunity to make a positive difference. I see that they're the home of the cyclones. That's me creating a whirlwind of excellence. So in honor of Miss Adelfa, we're going to create, and we're going to be proud of you, and we're going to create a whirlwind of excellence here at Miss Adelfa Elementary School. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Nutall, for joining us on this important occasion. We appreciate your representation of our school and your dedication to excellence for every Dallas ISD student. Almost every day we get to learn lots of new things here, and we love learning something new. I know you've been looking at the program thinking, what is an Orff ensemble? I had the same question. Orff is a process for teaching and learning music named after Carl Orff. It is based on things children like to do, such as sing, chant, dance, and play instruments. These instincts are directed into learning music by hearing and making music first, then reading and writing it later. This is the same way we all learn language. Well over 10 1,000 teachers across the United States utilize this form of teaching music. I can't wait for you to hear their performance. Please help me welcome the Callejo Orff Ensemble, performing under the direction of Miss Christine Ruggles. Thank you to our young performers and our music director, Ms. Christine Ruggles. There's just a slight change in our program. Our Dallas Mayor is here, so we're going to let him go ahead and speak next. Dallas Mayor Mike Rawlings was elected in June of 2011 and brings 3 decades of high-level business and civic leadership to Dallas City Hall. Mayor Rawlings' passion and vision to elevate all of Dallas is evident through his latest initiative, Grow South, which is strengthening business, civic, and educational institutions across Dallas. We are honored to welcome him to today's celebration. Let's give a warm welcome to Mayor Mike Rawlings.
Thank you. Let's give a big hand to the Callejo Cyclones. That's beautiful. As mayor, this is the best part of my job, to work with young people. And a day that we get to dedicate a new school is a very special one. It's really the talented youth of our city that's going to make us a success in the coming decades. And we're gathered here today to dedicate this school, not for the children, but also in honor of an important leader in our city who has dedicated her life, her career, to promoting equality for underprivileged individuals in our city, in our country. As the first Hispanic woman to graduate from the SMU Dedman School of Law, her dedication to her studies should serve as an example to students everywhere about the ability to persevere to achieve a goal. As a lawyer, Ms. Callejo used her skills to fight for the most vulnerable in our society. She worked as an influential activist for Latino civil rights in the city of Dallas. from fighting tirelessly for changes in laws pertaining to undocumented immigrants, to advocating for changes in education, to improving low-performing schools. Ms. Callejo, both of those things are coming to this city. I believe it. You were one that never let injustice go unnoticed. She declared once that teachers are so important and that teachers do make a difference. Education is the solution to most of our problems. I think the sentiment is especially important for motivating the youth of our city and realizing their potential and making them productive, happy, excited leaders. Education gives our students choices. See, we all want to be free, don't we? But we can't be free if we don't have choices. And we don't know what the choices are. We're not free. And education unlocks those doors to freedom. It cultivates the innate abilities that each child has, each of the gifts that God has given them. Education helps in the development of civic pride throughout the city as people come together. It makes neighborhood leaders. It makes community leaders. They run for school board. They run for county commissioner. It's amazing what education does. None of the wonderful opportunities of education would be possible without the work of committed teachers. Teachers are our heroes today. Like the ones in this esteemed elementary school, they're builders of this nation. They impart lessons to resonate with students years after they leave the classroom. All the adults know it. We can think about that teacher that told us something that was important. In her own life, Ms. Callejo was a teacher. She realized the link, and she taught us how to deal with those that didn't have all the cards that were dealt them. Thank you for doing that. You understood the importance of education and empowerment. You understood the importance of activism with these folks. She understood that her educational knowledge could be used to improve the lives not just of herself, who became an important lawyer, but those partners and those people. She is an exemplary role for this school, for these students. Whether it has been her sheer determination to be a voice for those who didn't have one, or her participation in countless marches, boycotts, protests, and now important committees. She and I sit on a very important committee where we're preparing how we're going to memorialize the 50th anniversary of the assassination of President Kennedy. She is a leader. On behalf of the city of Dallas, I dedicate the Adelfa Botello Callejo Elementary School and wish years of success in educating the future leaders and the visionaries, not only in this part of town, not only in the city of Dallas, but in the United States of America. God bless you, Ms. Callejo. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Rawlings. We are honored that you fit us into, I'm sure, a very busy schedule. We hope that you'll come back and visit us soon and often. You're always welcome at Callejo. Our next speaker is Dr. Sylvia R. Reyna. Dr. Reyna is a member of Superintendent Mike Miles' top-level cabinet. Chief of School Leadership, Dr. Sylvia Reyna, is the former Chief of Administration of Fort Worth Independent School District, where she supervised all human capital management functions and oversaw the professional development of over 10,000 employees. She's a former teacher, assistant principal, and Dr. Sylvia Reyna knows what it takes to make education work for our children. We are blessed to have her now be a part of our district. Please welcome Dr. Sylvia R. Reyna.
Thank you, Ms. Fernandez, and thank you to all of you who are joining us this afternoon. Bienvenidos a todos. Quiero decirle en español, gracias, mil gracias a la señora Adelfa Callejo por su liderazgo en la comunidad. Mil gracias. On behalf of the superintendent, Mr. Mike Miles, who could not be with us here today, I'd like to pay tribute to our wonderful community leader. As words have been said, you are truly that inspiration that laid the pathway for many of us, Hispanic females, to lead and to get into those professions that were so often not available to us. Thank you for your leadership. When the doors of Adelfa Botello Callejo Elementary School opened in August, it represented a new opportunity for students to learn, to grow, and to discover new talents and abilities. By now, the students have learned their way around the campus, have become accustomed to their teachers, and have made themselves at home with the computers and all of the new technology in this wonderful state-of-the-art building. Students, I hope your first year in your new home has been a great learning experience. This new school and 5 others like it that opened this year represent a promise from our district that we will continually work to make sure that every student has the opportunity to learn and grow in a safe, well-equipped school staffed with dedicated, capable teachers and administrators like those that you see here today at Callejo Elementary School. Thank you to our city voters. This school is prepared to equip students with tools that they need to learn and to be a success. And I, for one, am excited to see how the students will use this education to receive and shape the future that is before them. Earlier today, I asked our 2 young ladies, I said, what do you want to be when you grow up to be kind of my age? And one said, I want to be a lawyer. So there you have your role model right here. The other one said, I want to be a marine biologist. So we already have students clearly on a path of success, and we just need to provide them everything that we can to ensure that success. I agree with our superintendent, who often says that education is the most important work of our time. And we are doing that most important work of our time. The students who attend this state-of-the-art school today will be the leaders of tomorrow. To the parents, I want to say thank you. Thank you for working alongside every one of our teachers every single day to meet our goal that we have set forth to ensure that everyone has that excellent education that they need. Work shoulder to shoulder. Be that meaningful partner in the education of your children. Make sure that they come to school every day, read every day, and do their homework every day. Thank you in advance to everyone for all of their support, to all of your support in making sure that this school is successful. And as we travel down the path of Destination 2020, working together, I know that we're going to make it. Mil gracias a todos, especialmente a usted, señora Adelfa Callejo. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Reyna. We are grateful that your schedule permitted you to be here today to share this very special time with us. Now we've come to the most extraordinary time in our program, the recognition of our honoree, Adelfa Botello Callejo. If you know Ms. Callejo or have simply read her bio, you know that she is a woman of great talent whose career has been fueled by hard work, determination, passion, and genuine concern for her fellow man and woman. Internationally recognized, Attorney Callejo epitomizes both a strong work ethic and a strong belief in the value of education. She has been a trailblazer and dedicated servant leader for many decades. We are grateful for her advocacy and leadership and are so proud to have her name grace our beautiful school. Ms. Callejo will be accompanied by her nephew, Mr. Gonzalez. Will you please both join us on stage at this time? As they make their way to the stage, I'd like to introduce to you Noemi Sosa, our Student Council President, who will present Ms. Callejo with a token of love from our school. Not only is Noemi a 5th grade student here at Callejo and Student Council President, but she's also a true example of excellent character. Noemi enjoys math and reading mysteries. Assisting her with the presentation is Abigail Escanlar, the Student Council Treasurer. Abby is also a 5th grade student, and she enjoys math, reading nonfiction books, and gymnastics. Welcome, Noemi and Abby.
Mrs. Callejo. It is so nice to have you here with us on this day. We are delighted to welcome you to your school, Adelfa Botello Callejo. My name is Noemi Sosa, and I am the president of the Callejo Student Council. We are so proud of you and all the things that you have accomplished, especially being the first Hispanic woman to graduate from SMU School of Law. You have set the bar high for those of us here at Callejo. You are our role model to follow as we go forth with our education. The education that we have received here at Callejo is a great step towards our future and the future of Dallas, our city. We hope to stamp our footprints as we go on with our academic life in a positive way. Thank you, and may your health let you enjoy your life with your loved ones. Please accept this small token of appreciation from those of us that love you here at Adelfa Botello Callejo Elementary.
I am overwhelmed, absolutely overwhelmed. I very seldom am short on words or saying something, but today is one of those exceptions where there's no way that I can say thank you enough. My dear family and friends, Superintendent Miles, Trustee Nutall, Honorable Mayor Rawlings, Principal Fernandez, distinguished Callejo Elementary faculty and special guests. It is but for the grace of God that I am able to stand before you and thank you for your prayers and support. Bill and I, my husband, inclusive of each member of all our families, would like to take this opportunity to convey our deepest thanks for all the work and energy you have invested in the dedication of the Adelfa Botello Callejo Elementary School. It is my hope that this extraordinary institution will develop and cultivate tomorrow's leaders in academics, industry, governance, and technology. It is through education that we are truly set free, and it is only through education that we shall make the world a better place than we found it, for education is the great equalizer. I have spent my entire life on this earth promoting the inherent value of knowledge, the unobstructed use of our imaginations, and the development of our proficient leadership as we run the course of the 21st century. And I want you to know that I shall never rest nor waver from that commitment. I shall never forget this day and this wonderful honor you have bestowed on me and my entire family. God bless all of you, and God bless our mission. Thank you so much. Put them all in the inside. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So let's sit down.
Okay, you can sit down.
Thank you.
Distinguished guests, special guests, friends and family, my special thanks to all of you who could be here today to witness this extraordinary event and to interface and visit with this most extraordinary soul. For all of you who are interested in learning much more about Adelfa's life, because I certainly cannot elaborate enough on it here in these few moments, please visit adelfacallejo.com Valerie Jimenez, special thanks to her, who is the webmistress of that site, and Mary Mapes, the former producer of 60 Minutes, who was generous enough and kind enough to link up a phenomenal video that she produced of Adelfa some months back. My special thanks, Adelfa's special thanks to Miss Luana Porter and Miss Dawn Mann and all the members of the DISD team that are here who were instrumental in coordinating this event. Special thanks from Adelfa, from all of our family members, to my beloved mother Consuelo and my dear beloved Tia Lily, who have been by Adelfa's side like Roman centurions, literally daily watching the gate. They have surrendered their personal lives to ensure that Adelfa is adequately cared for 24/7. Her two sisters have reflected the depth of their love in the hour of Adelfa's greatest need. Special thanks to my cousin Felix Botello and Steve Velasquez, and my sister Jerry Ann and my brother Robert, who are always there when needed. And I want to convey my heartfelt thanks to my brother Michael, who vigorously petitioned the DISD Board of Trustees to ensure that Adelfa's legacy would be perpetuated through this fine institution, this fine academic institution. Thank you, Michael. Incredulous thanks to the love of Adelfa's life, her beloved husband, Bill Callejo, lawyer, engineer, architect, real estate broker, financial investor, who provided Adelfa the extraordinary, the prolific financial independence that allowed her to champion her causes so she could say what had to be said and engage others, and engage what others lacked the courage to oppose. Special thanks to Sandra Fernandez, her assistant principal, her administration, and her distinguished faculty for the school and for the depth of their commitment to our children. It is to you to whom we entrust our children, and it is you who will inspire these young minds to become future senators, entrepreneurs, corporate executives, industry leaders in technology, accounting, and finance. And last but certainly never least, thanks to my beautiful wife, Alicia, who has always and forever supported me through this amazing odyssey this last year. Thank you, Alicia. Adelfa Callejo, brilliant attorney, philanthropist who gave $1 million to the Dedman School of Law to develop her leadership center, who as a young child witnessed discrimination even in death, walking by two cemeteries daily in Millet, Texas, one for Mexican Americans, who had given their lives in World War II, who had paid the ultimate sacrifice, and a second cemetery for the Anglos. Adelfa Callejo, millionaire, brilliant political strategist, and tireless advocate of the underprivileged and the disenfranchised, who as a little girl picked cotton to make ends meet for her family. Adelfa Callejo, officer of the court, who worked a full-time job and attended night school for 10 years to secure her law degree, clearly reflecting an unswerving commitment to change the order of the world as she viewed it in her mind. Adelfa Callejo, who never blinked before the face of cancer and has now defeated this dreadful disease for the third time, the MRI. The MRI from 2 weeks ago clearly conveys to us that she is cancer-free for the third time. Extraordinary. Adelfa Callejo, fierce civil rights advocate for all, who lived her life by these words: "If I do not speak up, not even God will hear me." Adelfa Callejo, who taught us, "It is my destiny to open the doors for the many who shall come behind me," and she has opened thousands of doors for female entrepreneurs, Asian entrepreneurs, Anglos, everyone. The global lady, the global woman who opened the doors for all of us. Adelfa Callejo, who has always taught us great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds, and that great achievements are completed by those who are always tired. First Hispanic Chair, Dallas Housing Authority, Adelfa Callejo. First Hispanic Chair, Dallas Library Board. First Hispanic female and first Hispanic to graduate from the SMU Dedman School of Law. former director of the State Bar of Texas, regional president, Hispanic National Bar Association, board member, Dallas Legal Services Project, board member, DART and the DFW Airport, board member and VP of MALDEF, trustee of the Tomas Rivera Center, a national Hispanic think tank, former member of the Democratic National Committee, and a designated Texas legal legend by the State Bar of Texas, of which there are only 12 members in that club of exclusivity, taking into account there are tens of thousands of lawyers that have passed before her. Adelfa Callejo taught us that the word impossible does not exist in her vocabulary. She made us understand that impossible is just a big word used by small men and small women who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore and harness the world they have to change it. She taught us that impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. She taught us that impossible is not a declaration, it is a dare. She taught us that impossible is potential, impossible is temporary, impossible is nothing. There shall never be another one like her. We should treasure every moment that we have with her. It has been my honor and the honor of all the members of our family to serve her during the hour of her need. Tía, mil gracias por su voz, su poder y su vida. Que Dios te bendiga en toda mil gracias.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Gonzalez, for your words. Ms. Callejo, your wisdom and accomplishments are a great inspiration for our students and so many others in our community. Thank you for all you've done and continue to do to make this city, state, and nation a better place for our children. Again, thank you. Due to the many hours we've spent here, my faculty and I think we just know about every nook and cranny of this building. But our next speaker probably knows it even better than us. He was involved in the development of the building from the very beginning. Mr. Ed Levine is the Executive Director of Construction Services for the district and works closely with the architects and construction companies to ensure that new schools are built with the utmost care and quality. He's here to share some of the background and highlights of Callejo Elementary. Please help me welcome Mr. Ed Levine.
Thank you, Sandra. I'm tired just listening to all the accomplishments. It's amazing. We in construction services are always inspired by these dedications. When we get to see these buildings come alive with the work of these dedicated teachers and students. When we finish construction of our beautiful buildings, we feel a deep sense of satisfaction, but it's still just a building. Its heart doesn't start beating until the principal, administration, and teachers move in. And its soul is only awakened when the students arrive. That's when the building transforms into a school. So thank you, principals, teachers, and students for the opportunity to be continuously inspired. Please applaud all the students and teachers at this school. It does take a lot of people to build something like this, so I would like to recognize them now. Please hold your applause until I've acknowledged everyone, because there's a bunch of people in here. Any members of the Bond Advisory Committee? Bob Marshall. Bond Advisory Committee is a committee that helps us make sure that we're delivering what the community wants and needs for the students. Sylvia Reyna, Construction Services, Director of Design, Larry Zerby. Our bond project manager, Stephen Solka. I was also the bond project manager on this school at first. Program management firm is AECOM, David Daly, Russ Pounds. The architect was award-winning firm of HKS, Dan Arrowwood, Mark Vandervoort, Oliver Cox, Robert Napper. General contractor, Cadence McShane Construction, Clint Walker, Craig Morris. Assisting DISD staff, our maintenance staff, Wanda Paul, Paul Gonzalez, our real estate facilities, Michael Brown, Orlando Alameda, HVAC, Eric Ziller, energy management, Robin Rose LaSalle. We can't build these schools without all their assistance. The 800 or so construction workers that worked on this project to get it finished. DISD Communications, Luana Porter, for doing a wonderful job in organizing this event. You can now give them all a hand. Thank you. I'll give you some high-level facts on the school. It's a $13.2 million project supported by the citizens of this city and this district. It's a two-story building, a little over 98,000 square feet, total campus size of 12.5 acres. There's 810 students, grades pre-K through 5, 39 classrooms, science classrooms, 2 computer labs, a multi-purpose room, which is where we are right now, fine art spaces, music and art, a brightly lit gymnasium, administrative space, beautiful media center, comfortable and colorful cafeteria. In fact, the whole school is colorful. It's really colorful. Outdoor play areas, computer connectivity throughout the building with smart digital technology in all the classrooms. Adelfa Botello Callejo Elementary School is a beautifully designed school with interesting, exciting use of colors and natural light to create spacious and vibrant interior and exterior spaces. Glass corridors give an open feel and help bring an outdoor feeling inside. If you have an opportunity to walk to school later, you'll see that, especially at the cafeteria. This building was designed, as most of our new schools are designed, in accordance with the Texas Collaborative for High Performance Schools. That means that they're sustainable and energy efficient, which makes us a good steward of your tax dollars. We have geothermal heating and cooling system in the school, which saves us about 30 to 40% on our energy costs. We have highly reflective roofing, use of natural daylight throughout, clear stories, large glass areas, energy efficient lighting systems, which are proving to save us a lot of money as well, insulated windows, recycled materials in the flooring, carpeting, plastics, and many other materials, landscaping designed to preserve water resources, and in addition, beautiful and informative displays throughout the school which can be incorporated into the student curriculum, describing the sustainable features that I just talked about. Construction Services is very proud of this new school. We know it will serve the students and community well for many years to come. It was an honor to have an opportunity to build it for you, and I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Levine, and the entire construction team for the expertise, care, and concern that you've poured into our school. It is definitely a beautiful, beautiful building. Our final performance today will be by the Callejo Cheerleading Squad, directed by our teachers Tiffany Bowles, Rachel Stewart, Kaya Vessel, and Iman Williams. We want to close out on a high note, and today's event is certainly a day to cheer about. So let's welcome the Callejo Cyclone Cheerleaders.
Pump that cyclone spirit up!
go Cyclones! Thank you to our students and our teachers for the extra work and energy you've put into our performances today. A big thank you to our stage engineer, Jose Alonso, a 5th grader who enjoys reading and archery. Say hi. You say hi. Go back. As we close today, let's give all of our student performers and their teachers one more round of applause. To our guests, before you leave, please join us for a reception and student-led tours of our wonderful facility. We have a reception set up in our beautiful courtyard. Additionally, I'm going to ask that the audience please remain seated and allow our Botello Callejo family and our program participants to exit so that they can meet and greet you at the reception. Other guests may follow through these doors. Thank you again for coming. I hope you have an excellent, wonderful weekend.